Today, guys, we're gonna talk a little bit about the Chinese pantheon. Uh, Keep in mind that this is in the CB3 patch, so we just got the new pantheon, and they removed Ao Kuang, but since I already have him on the deck, I can still have him here, right? So just a quick note. So I'm gonna be reviewing a little bit of the cards and telling you because I played like about 30-40 games with the Chinese Pantheon. Now I'm pretty sure I have one of the most effective decks that we could build against with the Chinese Pantheon. Keep in mind that there's plenty of other decks that work. I'm not saying that they're bad, and I'm not saying anything, but for me, this is what I had the best results against all the others Pantheon, and also against Chinese Pantheon. So I'm gonna just start off this video saying that I don't like the core of Chang'e and Hou Yi, right? Because Chang'e by herself is not really good because she doesn't deal return damage, so she can't even kill a Fire Imp or like Bested Cats or anything. And for her to be really good, you're gonna need Transfusion, or you're gonna need Hou Yi, and like her ability, the cooldown of her ability is 1 turn, so that make his like if she doesn't have Transfusion, so she doesn't have any attack, she can just use her ability 1 turn, and the next turn she can do nothing, right? So I just feel it really weak, and Hou Yi being a 4 mana for 3 health, he gets killed really easily. And then that leaves Chang'e useless. Right, so I don't really like playing these guys. Instead, I went with the Imperial Archer and the Imperial Guard, which also have 3L, but they cost 3. But they're like, this deck has so much synergy between all the cards right here. Like, it is the hardest deck to play right now into SMITE Tactics. The skill ceiling is so high. I missed so much lethal with the deck, it's unbelievable. So let's start up with Crescent Blade, right? I did play a lot with 2 Crescent Blades, but after seeing how the deck was performing, I feel like 1 Crescent Blade is enough. It is probably the weakest card in the deck, but it saved me a lot of times. Why? Because Crescent Blade is really cool to combo with the minions, especially Imperial Archer, who by the way is ranged, but it doesn't say on the card, meaning that Christian Blade's gonna deal 1 damage, and the Imperial Archer also gonna deal 1 random damage, and also playing that Christian Blade is gonna activate the Imperial Guard, giving him +1/+0 Pardon, being able to kill Athena's, and not Athena's, I mean Medusa's and Anubis for free with that Christian Blade. It is really powerful, right? So these are the 2 minions with command, and keep in mind these are mainly like the spells are to combine with them. Now we have Fire Imps, right? Fire Imps, everybody knows it. It is really cool in this deck because Fire Imp goes really well if you play it on turn 4. You just play the Fire Imp and you play an Emperor Prize to draw more cards. Talking about Emperor Prize, it is so cool because you have 8 cards. No, you have like 7 cards that cost 1 and less in the deck. So you're gonna be able to spam a lot of your cards. So that's why you want Emperor's Prize. Which when I reviewed the patch note, I didn't think it was good, but it is really one of my best favorite cards in the Pantheon. Once I play with that a lot. Moving on, Manifold Blade is 1 mana to do 1 damage, and you have +1 damage for every colossal unit in play. Keep in mind that this damage can go face, right? This is really good combo with the White Tigers, who have colossal, that you can play for only 2 mana, and with Ao Kuang, that also have colossal. So these go all together. You see the synergy here. Then you have Sunder. Sunder is just also really good removal, and Sunder is better when you combo with the Archer and the Imperial Guard. Then you have 1 charge, and I cut 1 Crescent Blade to add the charge just because it's so strong when you play an Imperial Guard and you give him charge, right? It's instant 4 damage on board. If you have Archer, it's gonna deal bonus damage. You can also charge Sun Wukong to deal 8 damage if you need to, or Ao Kuang to use his decoy or being attacking. But this costs, this is gonna be like more late game since you need 7 and 8 mana. This you only need 5 with the Imperial Guard. It's really cool to like hit an Athena with that or stuff like that. Then you have first minion, White Tiger, that you usually want to put in the back, so he can grow bigger and bigger and not be able to be killed, and empowering your Manifold Blades. It's a really cool to start the game with that. A good first drop, and at the end of the game also, he's gonna also synergize really well with the Emperor Prize, because he only costs 2. Then we have the core of the deck with his Imperial Archer. You want to put them in the back and you want them to stay alive. And Imperial Guard. Imperial Guard, just you want to bait the removal with your Imperial Guard so your Imperial Archer can stick to the board. But these really are what makes, the decks really start well, and we have so much removal, right? Double Sunder, double Manifold Blade, and double Fire Imp. Like, these are 6 cards that are removal, and like Fire Imps and Manifold Blade can go to the face of your opponent. I have so much lethal damage with Manifold Blades and Fire Imp because my opponent didn't expect that. You can burst for like 6-8 damage. Manifold Blade can be a backstab if you have 1 or 2 Tigers and an Ao Kuang. It deals literally 3 or 4 damage for really cheap. Then you have 1 projection. Projection is really good to be played in combination with an Ao Kuang or a Sun Wukong if you already have them in board. It's going to instantly clear any high health minion instead of wasting so much of your little removal here. And also projection is going to proc with Imperial Guard and Imperial Archer. See, so the curve is really low. Then we have our quote-unquote late game with Ao Kuang, who's going to gain +1 attack each turn, and his abilities to teleport, leaving an illusion behind with Taunt. Keep in mind that if the illusions die, it's going to deal 1 damage to all adjacent units. Right now, I think this is a bug, but you can use Ao Kuang ability every turn. So if they don't take him down real fast, you can just taunt him turn after turn and boost his attack to a one-shot KO. Basically, and then you have Wukong. Wukong is really strong. I think he's really OP right now. He should see some nerf maybe coming in the next patch CB4. We don't know, but he's just such a selecting an animal form. There's one who gives you +2 attack and he can attack immediately. There's one who's gonna deal 2 damage to all enemies adjacent, and now his basic attack are gonna knock back units. Keep in mind that if when you hit the melee unit and if he gets knocked back, he's not gonna retaliate on you. But you're gonna have to wait a turn to use his attack, right? And then you have the Eagle form, who will trigger the Colossal of Ao Kuang and Emperor Tiger, and it's gonna double the movement speed of Sun Wukong. I mean, obviously, what you use the most is gaining +2 attack and attacking, basically because this deck is just insane. Like, you get like the Archer and the Guard on board, and then you can play like Fire Imp, Emperor Prize, draw a bunch of Sunder, Manifold Blade, Christian Blade, play like and proc their commands. Like, the synergy is so big, and there's some RNG factor with the Imperial Archer, but if you put so much RNG, at some point you'll get what you need, right? You need that 1 damage on a minion. If you play the Christian Blade with Imperial Archer, you have like 50% chance, but then if you play the Manifold Blade on the face of his leader, you have another 50% chance. You want to charge your Guard, also, like, everything is just connecting. Like, there's no card right here, there's no synergy with the rest of the deck, right? The deck list is really tight, and I feel like this is the best that we can have right now. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys, and feel free to put a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these videos. Tell me also if you want to see some gameplay of this deck, because I did play it a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.